The COVID-19 pandemic has been disrupting the lives of billions across the world. Yet how refugees and immigrants are coping with the situation has been grimly reported. Weave Tales has partnered with Florida Immigrant Coalition and We Are All America to find out how these communities are dealing with the epidemic through the voice of their leaders and to discuss what needs to be done for now to better protect their lives.
My name is Wayne Rati. I am originally from PR China, means mainland China. My immigration journey it will start our romance, but I don't think you have time for me for today about our romance, right? It could be a 1 hour story. But I met my husband in a Pacific island called Saipan. We moved to China for a year, and then when Jason came along, we moved back to US in 2000. So since then, we have been living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Jacksonville, Florida. It's only two places so far. I was a CPA. We're trying to just like all immigrants, when we moved here, three of us, we all students. John was pursuing master degree. I was pursuing accounting, and Jason was in daycare. The three of us all in school. We are so poor. We have nothing. But yeah, once we finish our schools, we started our career, and we took off in our life, become better and better. So that was I was very driven as a CPA, working in one of the largest accounting firms, Ernst & Young. With a small child at home, driven, you can imagine that. Eating good food is last thing in the list. So eating a lot of junk, working in the corporate accounting world, and of course it took on toll on my body, but it would be later on. It's another reason why I pursue something different. Starting with my health. I believe that it was 2008. Actually, when I was in Pittsburgh, I already have a feeling the body feels different. At the time, I didn't know what that was. So I went to see internist. He told me that he said, well, probably you're just trying to adjust into the new place, new country and new culture and new world, new environment. So I said, maybe he was right. So I didn't make any changes. So back then in Pittsburgh, we were living in the south side of Pittsburgh. And every corner of the street, there is a bar or a restaurant. And we were pretty, I mean, not very, very young, but pretty young. So John often told me that, hey, we need to enjoy our youth. So for me, move to America, I embrace everything, all the freedom, all the things that I would never have in China. So I follow him. I say, okay, let's enjoy the youth. So I often jokingly say, we study our Wednesday rituals. Wednesday we're going to have a pizza night. Thursday we're going to have calzone night, and then Friday we might have buffalo chicken wings night. Saturday we might have a natural nights. So all those kind of so-called enjoying life. I didn't realize that they would hurt my body, hurt my health. So we continued doing it until we moved to Jacksonville 2006, and then the condition not getting better, getting worse. And in 2008, I went to see doctor again. And at that time, I was kind of at the tipping point that I had to figure out something, because I always feel like it's basketball in my belly. yeah, as a still relatively young mom, and you still wanted to wear nice dresses. So I just say, I have to do something. I cannot feel like pregnant all the time. So I went back to see doctor. We did almost a whole year, all different type of examinations, head to toe. And in the end, they sent me back. They said, you perfectly fine. All your organs in your body is functioning very well. But what is wrong with me? I said, and if I have a cancer, I can deal with it, right? But it's not cancer. It's just something that bothers me, and something that it's very uncomfortable. And of course, and gradually gaining weight is another thing that I do not like to see, because I'm active. I like run. I like to do many things outdoor. So I was sent back. I started do my research, reading a lot of medical journals, research papers, everything related to digestive system. I would read and read, and if anything resonated with me, I will start to try out. I say, what else I can hurt myself? Just try out, right? So over years, actually, I didn't realize that what I have been doing that helping me uh, you know, recover the conditions that I endure over years. So by just changing the lifestyle, I started eating eating differently. So for example, getting more cleaner food, like organic. At the time, like 2008, getting organic ingredients is very difficult. Gradually, whatever that I can find, I will get the organic. Eating the organic meat is even very difficult. Not only difficult, but also extremely expensive. So I started looking for more plant-based proteins. So I grew up in China. I've been eating tofu all my life, but not in America. So I think tofu has a lot of protein. And then when I was doing the research, and they all recommend that tofu is a good substitute for protein from meat. So just like open my eyes, I said, why I abandon the best food in the world to eat all those junk meat, right? So I started making more tofu dishes, learning how to cook tofu dishes. I mean, that's the starting point, changing my diet. And then the other thing I have been changing is that slow down my career. I just switch my priority, instead of just career climbing up the corporate ladders. Instead, I just more focus on the family and my own health. So I started more regular exercise and meditation, and the change is tremendous. And everyone in my family noticed that once I started meditation and more exercise, I'm happier. So all this combination of what I have been doing and changed everything. I didn't even realize that all the basketball in my belly is gone until I think 2015 or 16. I went back to see doctor, and he did the same examination. And then he said to me, he said, I don't know what you have been doing. He said, whatever you've been doing, just keep doing it. Right now, you just look like in your 20s. So because of that conversation, it just like something clicking on me. I said, wait a minute, I have been doing something right. I didn't even realize, because changing so slow, So at that time, Jason is in high school, and he started like he does more like a thing announcement to me. He said, I don't need you anymore. I feel like suddenly my priority. Okay, where should I put my next priority? So I said to myself, I wanted to do something greater than myself. I feel like I learned something about lifestyle change could be very important to all of us. Yeah, not only to our health, but also environment, Mother Earth. So I decided to do something uh, not related to my field here, being accountant, all these years living in America. I wanted to give back. But in the beginning, I didn't know what I should give back. But I actually, I'm not so sure you have time for me. I wanted to tell you this story. It's a true story. One night, John and I wanted to have, I think Jason was have a sleepover. So only John and I at home, and he wants to go out for dinner. I say, I don't like to go out. I don't know what other people put into the food. So I'm going to make a nice dinner for you and me, like candlelight dinner. So I did. I bought some organic tofu and organic chicken and other vegetable. It's a very simple meal I made. I saute vegetable with some tofu and chicken, and a bottle of wine and a few candles and some rice. And after we finished the meal, we sat at the table. We both feel so satisfied. So I asked John, I said, John, I don't really understand why American people would not like to eat tofu. I said, like tonight we enjoy so much. I said, it's not very expensive, including wine. I said, only $20 plus, and we still have a leftover. And John often teased me about Chinese culture. He said, well, probably the tofu that we have here in America, it's not good tofu. And it's always it's just in the box and it's for a long time and processed. Maybe you can try the fresher tofu. Teach American how to eat right kind of tofu. So I didn't say anything because he said, yeah. I said, I think to myself, I said he may be right, but he didn't realize that I was serious. So I think that after a few months, he went to China for business. So I called him, I said, would you take a look, go to the factory, take a look at my tofu machine. So he thought I was joking. I said, no, I already connected with the factory. I'm going to buy one. It's a semi-manual. It's very small, but you can make a few pounds beans at one time. So that's how we started making tofu. And then at the time, we do not know sell tofu first or have a restaurant first. So restaurant, I say, it's like a window to introduce tofu products. And then in the end, we think that, especially in Jacksonville, most people in their life, they never eaten tofu. So if we just introduce tofu to them, probably difficult for them to realize that they would to eat tofu. So we said we need to have a restaurant first, so we can introduce all different way of eating tofu. So then House of Leaf and Bean, was formed. If you go to House of Leaf and Bean, you can see a lot of tofu products, but you will not see that it's tofu in it. Like for example, Hakka chicken rice bowl, it is just from that story too. John and I, when we had that candlelight dinner, I made it Hakka chicken rice bowl for him. He didn't even notice. That's a very good question. So I often said that House of Leaf and Bean is beyond a restaurant. It's a place, a community to learn healthy living, healthy lifestyle. And then the other is that it's a community to love each other through food. I often say food of love, right? And then the other thing is that we wanted to promote a plant-based diet. I say we only need to eat one plant-based meal a day. We are saving the world. The reason I say that when we eat more plant-based, so the carbon footprint will be much less than eating meat. Just imagine that you raise a cow and you raise a pound of soybean, right? The carbon footprints, the difference is 300% difference. So that we just for that reason, I said all of us just can make a difference in our life for Mother Earth and for our health. Just eat one meal a day. Just focus on all plants, no meat. You will see the really big signs why organic. And then once you see that, and then you will see, display of different books related to, healthy lifestyle and healthy dieting. And after that, you will, turn into a room called Zen room. The reason we designed the Zen room, so it's also part of my journey of curing my conditions, the meditation. I said meditation is only for me because I did meditation to distress my life, and then my work stress. But I think that the Zen room design is not only for the meditation, but also you can be there, just really simple, just sit there, be peaceful, and close the door. The Zen room design is for people sit inside, feel like in the nature. So we have a fountain, and then we have the paintings design like you are in the Zen garden. We also have a little library that is free for everyone to come to take the book or read the book or bring some books back. So what's so funny is that over time we have all different types of books. And the other day somebody pointed at to me and said, "Hey, do you see that there is a textbook there?" 2013 taxation guide. I said, I don't know who that is. Probably they know that I was, CPA in the past. They wanted to make a point to me. It's really funny. But we have our supporters in the community. It's really overwhelmed. They like last couple months we closed. We often get a phone call. Hey, I just call you. I just wanted to check in with you. Make sure that you will come back. You will be fine. Just sometimes when we receive the message like that, just make us, all of us, cheering up. Yeah, so much love that in the community, and then act of kindness. Sometimes just one small act of kindness can make other people's life tremendous. You cannot even imagine how much that you can change other person's life. I think COVID-19 hit everybody in the community. From my personal perspective, I'm going to talk about the hurts first, and then I will talk about the love, right? The hurts is not me personally, because I have been, a community leader for a long time since I moved into U.S. I always have a good, strong sense of justice. That's why I've been active in the community for a long, long time. I mean, until now, a lot of people told me that I should not be really involving too much in political process. I say, if I don't, it's defeat my purpose to become a U.S. citizen. Right? So I have to. I say I need to stand up for my community and for my people. So since COVID-19, I heard a lot of stories, instance happen to Asian Americans, especially Chinese Americans. Couple stories that make me feel really sad. One is that there's a young lady in Los Angeles. She was doing nothing but just walking her dog in her neighborhood. Not like in the park, public place, in her neighborhood. There is a one white older lady, and just yelling at her with all of blue, just like nobody around but two female on the, and she was yelling at her. She said, "Go back to China. Don't give us the virus." something like that. And later on, and there's another jogger on the street and told her to walk away, leave her alone, and she would not stop and keep following her, on the neighborhood. That is really made me feel very sad. And most recently, there's an incident in Tampa. This young couple, husband and wife, went to a shopping mall. We don't know wherever they want to do, just in the parking lot. So there is another family in the car trying to pull their car out of the parking lot. They probably didn't see the car behind them. So two cars collided. So it's a very simple, incident. In normal times, probably just okay, take a look at whose car and call the police. Instead, the young family, the mother was very angry, came out and yelling at the uh, uh, the father in the car. Uh, she doesn't know he is a Chinese American or any Asian American. He just assumed. She would say, uh, "Your mother F, go back to China." Uh, and then he was very calm. The father was very calm. He said, "What do you say?" I said, "Doesn't matter. Wherever, go back to where you're from." Yeah. So that kind of instance, makes me feel like all of us in this country need to stand up to those kind of behavior and that kind of mindset. We are fighting in invisible enemies. We are in it together. Virus has no eyes. Yeah, not like oh, because you are Asian, you are Iraqi, or you are Muslim or Jewish, then the virus will come to you more or less than the other group of people. So that's the her part. But on the other hand, a lot of people out there, it's very kind, very loving. And for example, here, like since all this instance started happening, our community started raising funds to purchase from China all those PPEs, masks to donate to the hospitals. Yeah. And then one of your national organization called UCA, the United Chinese Americans, even uh, to had the initiative, uh, like kind of joint effort with 50 states and 100 cities called the initiative Food of Love. So you can either raise funds to purchase meals and then deliver to either net, like what is what the kitchen, the homeless kitchen, or hunger fight, or the frontline heroes, to the hospitals, or homeless people, whoever that who needs, who have great needs for the meals and food. To celebrate actually May month is the AAPI Heritage Month. So we respond to that kind of hatred or discrimination, harassment with love, with charity. That is the part that I really appreciate. People come together to show love, to show charity, and to give act of kindness. So from my standpoint, even before the incidents happened, for me, I was thinking, we have to close according to the guidelines from our city and from our state. But I would like to continue help our staff to be able to pay the bills